In this clearing session, we're going to be looking at empathy and the tendency to speak less and listen more. Or for some of us that are very empathetic, to stop speaking so little and step into the conversation. So stay tuned. Hi, it's Robin from Vibration Elevation. Today's card, Koala, is from the Power Animals Oracle cards by Stephen Farmer. And it simply is about empathy. And the note or the heading on the card says, speak less and listen more. So this is great. And there's so many people that don't necessarily listen to conversations. They are thinking in their head of what they're going to say next. And the way to develop empathy is to stop the conversation in your head and just listen. So if this is something that you have, trouble with, as we do the clearing, just allow it. Allow that idea of listening, of just settling in and not having to know the next answer or not having to know what to say next. Now, on the other hand, if you're an empath, if you're already very empathetic and you listen and you're one of those people that, people come to tell you what's going on, for your advice, and you find yourself just listening and listening and listening, this can also be for you. So I'm going to say if you're over empathetic and you listen too much, I know that doesn't sound right, but this is one of my things. I find myself in conversations at times with certain people that if I look at the clock, they will have been speaking for 45 minutes and I would have gotten nothing in. Like they wouldn't even be worried about what I was asking or thinking. It's more like being at a lecture. So if this is you, we're going to clear that imbalance because there's a limit to how much you need to sit and listen to it. Any conversation should be a dialogue. It should be going back and forth. So if somebody's speaking more than 70% of the time, then that's a little bit unbalanced. So we're going to balance that out for you. So whichever one of these is your thing, just keep that in mind as we do this clearing. All right, so that clearing is done. Now, over the next day, couple of days, weeks, start to pay attention to the balance. The balance of speaking and listening in your conversations, and start to notice which ones you're speaking more and which ones you're a listener more. And there's nothing wrong with either. There's a time and place for both. But if you find yourself on one end of the scale or the other end of the scale most of the time, this is a good clearing to revisit. Okay, so I hope this was, helpful. And please go ahead and subscribe, hit like, and I will see you in the next one.